The Vedas, revered as the oldest sacred texts of humanity, hold an unparalleled position in the cultural and spiritual heritage of the world. These scriptures are a profound repository of knowledge. The word Veda itself derives from the Sanskrit root vid, meaning to know, symbolizing wisdom and knowledge that transcends time. Vedas are divided into four collections: the Rig Veda, Yajur Veda, Sama Veda, and Atharvana Veda. Each serves a unique purpose, encompassing hymns, rituals, melodies, and metaphysical concepts, with its main remarkable aspect universality. For example, Rigveda states Ekam Sat Vipra Bahuda Vadanti, meaning truth is one, sages call it by various names, highlighting their inclusive and philosophical depth. Each Veda has four parts: Samhita, Brahmanas, Aranyakas, and Upanishads. These four main parts are main layers representing a distinct stage of thought and practice, providing a comprehensive understanding of Vedic knowledge and its evolution over time. Samhitas are the earliest and foundational texts of Vedas. They consist of hymns or mantras dedicated to various deities like Agni, Sun, Indra, etc. They reflect humanity's reverence for nature and its desire to connect with divine forces governing the universe. Brahmanas are the prose commentaries on Samhitas. They provide detailed explanations of Vedic rituals and sacrifices. Aranyakas are the forest texts, mark a transition from ritualistic practices to contemplative thoughts. Aranyakas describe inner meanings of rituals and sacrifices, promote meditative practices. Upanishads. They are referred to as Vedanta. They represent culmination of the Vedic thought. Upanishads explore relation between the self Atman and the ultimate truth Brahman. Upanishads emphasize self-realization, renunciation, and the pursuit of liberation, moksha. Vedic timeline can be broadly divided into three parts: age of Samhitas, age of Brahmanas, age of Aranyakas, and Upanishads. Many foundational ideas and practices have evolved over time during these three phases. Let's understand this using three examples: evolution of gods, animal sacrifices, Varna, and caste. During the age of Samhitas, majority of mantras or hymns praise glories to Indra, Surya, Varuna, and Agni. Vishnu and Rudra remain secondary deities. In the age of Brahmanas, Vishnu is considered as Yagnapurusha and sacrifice is equivalent to Vishnu. During the Brahmanas, Shiva aspect comes into play along with the Rudra aspect. Shiva and Vishnu both take center stage. Rigvedic deities like Indra, Surya, Agni become different attributes of Shiva and Vishnu. In the age of Aranyakas and Upanishads, Shiva and Vishnu sects consider themselves as ultimate truth or Parabrahm. In the age of Samhitas, animal sacrifice was limited to few sage traditions, and clear rejection was observed from other rishi paramparas. In the age of Brahmanas, kingship or kingdoms with defined territories were established. Horse sacrifice called as Ashwamedha, Vajapeya, Rajasuya, other Vedic rituals related to royal order or kingship promoted a huge number of animal sacrifices. In the age of Aranyakas and Upanishads, clear rejection of animal sacrifice was observed due to the Vedantic thought of God in all beings. Animal sacrifice now gets confined to non-Vedic and tantric practices. Varna, caste. In the age of Samhitas, anyone can become Brahmin by sincere effort or action. Education was for all, and 27 women seats were present during the Rigveda. In the age of Brahmanas, clear-cut Varna system was observed. Brahmin, Kshatriya, Vaisya were eligible for Upanayana or education. Sudra were not eligible for Upanayana or education. New occupations and castes have evolved. Flexibility was present in inter-Varna marriages. King can have 4 wives officially from 4 Varnas. In the age of Aranyakas and Upanishads, no flexibility for inter-caste or Varna marriages was observed. Clear-cut social hierarchy was established. Profession-based sub-castes, kulas, jatis have evolved. In the age of Samhitas, there were 12 Adityas, 12 different attributes of sun god Surya. Vishnu was one of the 12 Adityas and was represented as Indra's close friend or ally in many mantras of Rigveda. Mythologification of natural phenomena was also one of the key characteristics of Rigvedic hymns or mantras. For example, sun rising in east, going up in noon, and the sunset followed by sunrise the next day is poetically represented as Vishnu covering the entire universe in 3 steps, representing Vishnu's Vamana Avatara, as Vamana means dwarf form of sun at noon. One more example is that Indra killing Asura or demon named Vritta is a poetic representation of the natural phenomena, thunder striking through the clouds to create rain. In the age of Brahmanas, Veda Purusha or Parabrahma, whose self-sacrifice led to creation, is symbolically represented in the form of Vedic sacrifice or Vedic yajna. The person who performs yajna is expected to reach union with Vishnu. Theoretically, the Prajapati or performer of the sacrifice is supposed to sacrifice himself like the ultimate Veda Purusha who sacrificed himself during the starting of the creation. But it is kept symbolic, and in the place of Yajamana or the performer of the sacrifice, a goat or some other animal is sacrificed. In the age of Upanishads, Veda Purusha is considered as Vishnu and by Vaishnavites, and many humans who have achieved incredible feats following Dharma, like Lord Ram, Lord Parasuram, Lord Krishna, have been represented as Vishnu's incarnations to restore Dharma. Other local sects get amalgamated into Vaishnavism, like Bhagavatism during 5th century BCE, worshipping local Vishnu heroes like Vasudeva Krishna, Balarama, Pradyumna, Samba, and Aniruddha, with main lead Krishna represented as incarnation of Vishnu. During the Puranic age, fully evolved Vaishnavism with Dasavataras formed one of the important traditions of Hinduism, pushing the Bhakti path primarily. Vishnu was one of 12 Adityas during the Rigvedic time, was considered as the Yajna Purusha during the time of Brahmanas. From the times of Upanishad to 4th century CE, local sects like Bhagavatism and others got amalgamated into Vaishnavism, along with Lord Ram, Lord Parasuram, Lord Krishna being considered as incarnations of Vishnu. Fully evolved Vaishnavism with 10 Dasavataras of Vishnu has formed during the Puranic times. Nature's malignant and terrible forces like thunderstorms, heavy winds, cyclones, floods used to wreak havoc on Rigvedic societies, losing their cattle and forcing them to move from one place to another place for survival. On top of that, disease-causing invisible living organisms were considered to be life-threatening by the Vedic people, causing them severe disease and health issues. These natural elements, along with awe-inspiring elements of nature, were worshipped as Rudra, the terrible aspect. In Rigveda, various mantras were used to worship Rudra as creator of terrific thunderstorms, destroyer and protector of cattle and men, healer of all diseases, and considered as best of all physicians. During the age of Brahmanas, the benevolent form of Rudra called Shiva gets utmost popularity, and as a form of Parabrahm for Shaivites. Satarudriyam in Yajurveda praises Rudra and Shiva with a detailed list of attributes, both malevolent and benevolent. The malevolent attributes refer to Rudra and the benevolent attributes to Shiva. In Upanishads, Shiva is mentioned as the Parabrahm and Supreme Consciousness. The spiritual aspect for the Ekadasha Rudras, meaning 11 Rudras, is explained as follows. Mind, consciousness, and 5 sensory organs like ears, eyes, nose, tongue, and skin, and 5 organs of action like legs and hands, etc. Various Shaiva Sampradayas like Nath, Akora, Kapalika, Nayanar, Veerashaiva were amalgamated into Shaivism along with the Rudra avatars like Kala Bhairav, Hanuman, Veerabhadra, etc. at the end of Puranic age. The brief overview of origin and evolution of Shaivism can be summarized as follows. The terrible aspect of nature was worshipped as Rudra during Rigvedic times. The benevolent aspect of Rudra, called Shiva, gets popularized during the age of Brahmanas with very popular Shatarudriyam hymn mentioning both malevolent and benevolent attributes of Rudra and Shiva respectively. During the Upanishad to Puranic age, local sects along with various Rudra avatars get amalgamated into Shaivism, and Shaivism establishes itself as one of the mainstream religious paths of Hinduism. So the question now becomes, who is God or Parabrahm? Vaishnavites consider it as Vishnu, Shaivites as Shiva, Shakta tradition considers Shakti as the Parabrahm. Explaining the eternal cosmos, Vedic rishis might have explained the entire existence due to Shiva and Shakti, which probably scientifically translates as the cosmic dance between matter or consciousness, the Shiva aspect, and the energy, the Shakti aspect, helping create new universes and destroying others at the same time. As the final thoughts, Parabrahma, Nirakara, and Nirguna form the ultimate and all encompassing reality is a concept central to Indian philosophy and spirituality. It is described as the absolute reality beyond the comprehension of the human mind, transcending attributes and forms. Vaishnavism considers Vishnu as Parabrahm along with his incarnations or Dasavatars. Vaishnavite theology integrates bhakti and the impersonal absolute. Texts like Bhagavad Gita emphasize that devotion to Vishnu leads to moksha. Shaivism equates Shiva as eternal and supreme consciousness. Shiva has both Nirguna, Saguna aspects, and the duality aligns due to interplay between Shiva and Shakti. Philosophical texts like Shiva Sutras and Shaiva Agamas emphasize non-duality of Shiva as Parabrahm. Similar principle can be applied to Shakta tradition, with Shakti being the dynamic and creative aspect of Parabrahm. In essence, the diversity of approaches in these traditions reflects the richness of Hindu spirituality, where multiple paths lead to the realization of same and one and only ultimate truth, the Parabrahm, Nirakara and Nirguna. Thanks for watching the video. Share the video with your family and friends so that they will know the logic behind the diverse range of Hindu god pantheon, catering to a spectrum of people with different tastes and ideologies without digressing from the ultimate truth, Parabrahm. Finally, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and thanks again for watching. Jai Hind.